Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. We are back. The show is called TBR SSF Show. It is myself, the Saubrey Boyz Walefatshe. I'm joined by the Man City man. Thabo, do you know the Man City man? That's Peter Stirrup.
No, yeah, no.
Yeah. And then also Thabo, the only Brazilian we have on our group, Ramohapi. Thabinho, welcome to the show. Let's greet the viewers.
Thank you, Brasopri. As always, it's a privilege and honor to be on the show. Morning to my colleague Peter, and I'm looking forward to a great show.
Pete, welcome to the show.
Yes, sir.
Viewers, and then let's get going. Yeah.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the show. Hope you enjoy and have a great weekend.
Gentlemen, I don't know what have you seen. Sundowns, I know the fans are not happy with Cardosos. I too, I don't think I enjoy his football. But as I always say, Pete is winning. Do you understand? But I think the mere fact that now he's number 2 and Sundowns are not used to that, it changes the setup. I've spoken to a number of Mamelodi Sundowns fans. They really don't like Cardoso. There are rumors there and there, not yet confirmed, that he will be shown the door with the technical staff. We don't know how true is that. I tried to contact Mamelodi Sundowns on the site to confirm anything. They haven't said anything, but I haven't seen anything. Have you guys seen anything?
No, just rumor, basically.
Yeah, just rumor. Nothing concrete. Yeah.
So when you phoned Sundowns, Saubrey, did he pick up the phone or was it somebody else? Huh?
No. There is the guy who's dealing with media. The guy who deals with media. That's the guy that I talked to. I sent him the WhatsApp and I asked him a question: is the coach still there, or is the coach not there anymore? He hasn't confirmed or denied. But it was very early in the morning, so yeah. But if from the look of things, because I haven't seen that on the media space, okay, except Facebook, something. All right. So very important to highlight that. But let me ask Pete. You have seen Sundowns this year. Mangoba Mwiti said, and I started with that video from TikTok. Said the Sundowns, there are no more Sundowns that we are used to. They have 4, 5, 6 players who are foreigners. And they are not helping the national squad to be the national squad. And he argues that this year, if you can look, the national squad is dominated by Pirates. He's not against that. Deservedly so, Pirates dominate the squad. But he was saying it cannot be only Sundowns and Pirates that build the squad. All the teams must contribute so that the pool is huge. Unlike we rely on maybe one team or so. What's your take? What do you think?
There's some truth in that, I think. But I mean, again, it depends on how the players are playing within their respective teams. I mean, Pirates, as we know, are on fire at the moment. They've gone top now, 2 points clear of Sundowns with a game in hand. So potentially that could be 5 points. This is not something we're used to seeing over the last 7, 8 years or so, where Sundowns have been dominating. But maybe it's is that related to the coach? You know, it's. I mean, I think we've touched on this subject quite a bit. If the players don't play for the coach, then you've got to have the dressing room, as they say. And I'm not sure if Cardoso has got the dressing room at the moment. They're playing very inconsistent, not like they normally do. They've had 2 draws, I think, in the last 5 games, and but look, it's not a bad performance, but it's just not the polished performance that we've seen in previous seasons. And they seem to be losing the big games, as we saw in the final, the cup final. So And I think that's something that, you know, the fans are looking for. They're looking for that CAF Championship, yeah.
If you are,
So there's a lot of pressure on him at the moment, yeah.
if you are to advise Sundowns technical staff, or no, not necessarily technical, the management, would you suggest that Cardosos should be shown the door? As you can see, I've shared what Mangoba Miti is saying. All right, he's worried about Mamelodi Sundowns. Remember, he's a former coach at Mamelodi Sundowns. What
That's
would you
right,
say?
yeah.
Tabiki, would you suggest something to the management?
But Saubrey, honestly, I wouldn't advise them to let go of Cardoso. I'll pick two teams. Chippa United, you know, they are notorious for chopping and changing coaches. Look where they are sitting now. Kaizer Chiefs, in the last 10 years, how many coaches have been coaching Kaizer Chiefs? There's no stability at all. You know, for me, let them give Cardoso, you know, a little bit of time, maybe for the players to understand his tactics and his approach to the game. And secondly, he needs to be clear in terms of the type of material that he would like to have in the team so that he can implement, you know, his plan and tactics. You look at you know, I'll always refer to Pirates. Pirates kept their DNA. They are the team that who likes to knock around the ball, and you know, you look at the coaches from Riviero to Wadu. Those are the coaches who continued with the Pirates style of play. Yes, Sundowns might be going through a difficult patch, you know, at the moment, but I mean, it happens in football. It's normal. You get those times. I mean, Peter, you will attest as a Man City man that at some stage, you know, Guardiola had it difficult. I think last season or so, results were not.
Even this season.
Yeah, results were not coming. So I think the problem, Saubrey, with South Africans is that we are impatient. We want immediate change.
Yeah.
When Wadu started, he lost 2 games. And I have to be honest, I was one of the people who were saying he must leave. But, you know, I went public and apologized and said, Coach, I really owe you an apology and I'm really sorry. So I think we need to exercise, you know, patience, give coaches time. Cardoso is still fairly new, I would say. Yeah, he needs to be given time to settle. And, you know, sometimes players can make you or break you.
Yeah. You know what? I'm looking at the bigger picture and I'm listening to what Mangoba is saying. Mangoba is saying, you're not looking at Sundowns only. You're looking at Sundowns and the national squad. All right? And then, according to Mangoba, Cardoso is not adding to the development of the national squad. It's a fact. You have about 5 or 6 players. That's why we don't have any players from Sundowns. One of my favorite players, Morena, was relegated to the background and he was playing in the national squad. He's not even there now. You see. So what I hear, it's not about only the coach that who's facing the chop. Is the coach and the entire technical staff. For me, that is very positive. Because I listened to Cardoso at some point when he was asked, where does the buck stop? He said the decision is not taken by me only. It's me, technical director, and the board of directors. The board of directors, I could not understand it. The board of directors, where do they feature in terms of technical things? The simple answer that I got, it was Fleming making the final decision. All right? And then my problem, Fleming has chopped Rulani, brought Mangoba. Mangoba lost few games and then he chopped him, he brought Cardoso. And then because Mangoba did not proceed to the second round, and now you have Cardoso, who is now number 2. Unusual spot for Sundowns. You see, for me, if I was to advise Sundowns, all of them, they must go, including Fleming.
Oh.
Yeah, including. No, but Saubrey.
Yeah.
You know, the team is sitting in position 2. The team qualified for group stages, Champions League group stages. I mean, really, you're going to destabilize the team. You are creating problems more than solving problems. You let go of this guy, a new one will be coming through, and he'll be asking for time, which is something they don't have. They don't have time.
Yeah. Even there, you've got a point. Pete, what I say?
I just know, and Thabiso actually touched on that there. With change, let's say you do change Cardoso and that technical team, it brings disruption. We saw, when the Pirates coach came in, lost 2 games straight up. That's change. That's change for you. You got to get your feet under the table, as they say. Look at what's been happening if you take it outside the PSL in the Premier League there. Manchester United, since Alex Ferguson left. How many coaches have they been through? And they're still not 100%. And, there's a lot of people calling for Amarin to resign, but I think he's building that team, actually. I think they're actually they're not consistent yet, but, they're a better team than they were last year by a walking mile. Liverpool's another example. When Klopp went and they brought in Slot, they won the league, but now they're going through difficult times now. Everybody's saying, get rid of Slot, get rid of Slot. I'm not going to discuss that point right now, but he's under big pressure. So change brings disruption, and disruption needs time. And as to Thabiso's point there, maybe this is not the right time now, at least anyway. Like he's second place. I mean, would you consider that if you talk about Pep Guardiola's also in second points, 5 points off the mark? Yeah. And you can see that with the Man City side, by comparison, they're leaking goals big time. They were 5-1 up in the last game. And just about got it over the line with a 5-4 win. And they could quite easily have drawn or lost that match. So, again, now you're talking one of the better coaches, in the Premier League. So they all go through these ups and downs. And sometimes you just got to ride the wave. For me, I would keep Cardoso at the moment
I concede, guys. I think you've got a point. The year is almost in the middle. Where are you going to get another coach? We hear they talk about Rivera and so on. Sometimes we don't have to be, emotional and think about whatever. Now, the good news, while we are still there, here is my favorite player, TLB Mbokazi, signing a contract with Chicago Fire. They said they've signed him for 50 million rand. It doesn't matter whether 50 million or whatever. The fact of the matter is going to MLS.
MSL.
And I hear people were complaining, why does he go to MLS? MLS is much higher than our Premier League, okay? Not only that, the world is looking at MLS now. So you look at it from that perspective. The World Cup is there. TLB is going to market himself. It's a good move for me. He's going to market, because that boy, look, never stayed even one season at Pirates. And then there, it's gone. And then the other rumors that I got, the teams in England, they were not prepared. They wanted to pay 1.9 million. I mean, this boy is so good. You cannot just classify him as 1.9 million, So I'm sure Thabinho is happy about this thing. And it's not only him. You know what? Dr. Ivan Kosa is doing well with Pirates. As much as we say the coach is doing well, but I think that recruitment wing of Pirates is doing exceptionally well. Because even if you can look now, the players that they have, it's a very good players. Your Muremi, you can name them, and then it shows that Pirates, they have something else. And a question was asked to Mike McCarr, who is an agent, to say, now just explain what's going to happen with the 15 million rand, if it's 50 million rand, whatever amount. Then he said, he said, firstly, the fee is a speculation, okay? In speculation, transfer fees are payable by the buying club to the selling club, and the agent and the player will only earn from the transfer fee. if it was concluded in the agreement at the time of the signing with Pirates, this is not a standard clause. In other words, the player and the agent will get the money once they do the signing on fee. And it depends whether it's part of the contract. This is what he was explaining.
Sure.
Tabiki, what do you want to say about TLB?
Saubrey, a lot of factors that I would look at. He's young, he's 20. He's on top of his game. He's the Pirates captain. He plays for Bafana Bafana. What more could you ask for? You tick all the right boxes. It's unfortunate that, Europeans didn't see him the way Americans, saw him. I would have loved him to go to one of those not so bigger leagues like your Belgium, smaller leagues before he could move into bigger leagues. The same route that was taken by Lyle Foster. Remember how Lyle left? He didn't go directly to EPL, but he had to go via other smaller European leagues. But the future looks bright. I give him a season or two. He will be matured. And when I read the statements by Chicago Fire, they said he was going to occupy one of the under 22 spots which MLS allow teams to. It's more like our NFD where we have a certain age restriction. So MLS teams are allowed to have at least 3 spots for under 22 players, which TLB will occupy 1. Now you look at how much are these under 22 players earning? Minimum of 150,000 US dollars to 200,000 US dollars. Converted into rands, we're looking at 2.5 per month. That's a good deal for the boy. I don't think there's any player in the PSL who earns that much. So, it's an opportunity for him to change his life and his family, to make money for himself, but at the same time to build his career so he can use MLS as a stepping stone to bigger European leagues.
Yeah, what can you say? Because there were times whereby people were blaming Dr. Koza regarding Mufokeng, but I hear the rumor that Mufokeng has a deal, which is going to be activated at the beginning of the year. But Dr. Koza came out and said, no, I'm not going to just take a deal for the sake of a deal. We must be well compensated. Pete, what's your take about it?
Well, these transfer rumors and things like that, they play a big role. But can I just go back to TLB there? I think it's going to be good for him, but he also has to manage his expectations now, because with that kind of earning, 2 million rands a month or whatever it's going to be, the sports cars and the women and all that sort of thing is going to come into play there if he's not careful there. So he's going to have to manage, this vastly changing lifestyle. That's the one. It could make or break him, I think. And my worry is that, the one that I've just mentioned now, that he might go off the rails a little bit there. But the other one is that will he still will he still be seen as a Bafana player in a league that's so far away, and it's not necessarily getting the same viewership, let's put it that way, that say, for example, the Premier League or Serie A or whatever the case may be. I think if he makes a go of it, it won't be long before he'll move from the MSL and go towards Europe that way, I think. Or I think it's more likely. But he's just got to keep his head. He's got to go there.
Tabiki, sorry, Pete. What about? This is what I said the other time. Maybe you need to visit old John Mabizela and sit down with him and talk to him and say, OJ, what happened? What can I do? I don't know. What's your take, Tabiki?
Look, for me, I would simply prefer, someone professional. a psychologist, somebody to prepare him mentally and psychological. And I like what Peter said to say, he'll be earning money and women will be throwing themselves at him. So he needs to be, more disciplined. You are in a foreign country. You don't have anyone there. You don't know anyone there. You are on your own. A lot of frustration. A lot of people will be coming with wrong advices. You might end up, hanging around with the wrong crowd. I think there's a video that I shared with you, Brasobri, of OJ, where Harris Mohopa was talking about OJ.
Yeah.
And what I picked up on that on that interview is that OJ used to hang around the wrong crowd. I think that's what that was his downfall. There's a say in English that goes like, show me your 5 friends and I'll tell you who you are. So your company says a lot about you. Who you hang around with will determine that you make it or you break. Okay. So as friends, we need to guide each other to say, hey, Brasobri, no, you are losing it here. But if you have people who enjoy you spending their money on them without telling you, without reprimanding you, to say you are losing it, then that's a problem. But going back to TLB, he's young, and for him, he will mature with time. I've seen Nkota. Nkota is doing well so far in Saudi, same age as TLB. His behavior, we haven't had anything about him, of the field. So I hope TLB will be able to maintain the discipline. I know I've seen a video of him with his friends drinking. He's young. Brasobri, we need to understand that you and I and Pete, we were 120.
Yeah, absolutely.
We were 120 and we behaved like 20-year-olds.
Yeah.
But I think he needs to choose his friends carefully.
Yeah. What about the combination of psychologists and the best teacher is experience? That is what I'm talking about, old John. Go to somebody who went through a similar route that you went through, to ask him, what happened? All those kind of things. Then he can prepare you better because you're talking to somebody who experienced, who saw.
He did it, yeah.
Yeah. And for me, I say it's a combination of two. Here are the results. Sundowns during the week, they played 1-1 with Siwelele, and then Chipa United played 0-0 Kaizer Chiefs, and then what is this team? Sekhukhune United. They lost to, Sekhukhune United, they won against Magesi. And then Amazulu, they won 3-0. What a revelation. Amazulu. Remember Arthur Zwane was released by Kaizer Chiefs. And then Arthur Zwane at the beginning of the year. I listened to Murulani at some point. He said, immediately Chiefs appointed Arthur Zwane, I started to get worried. Because I know Arthur. Arthur knows football and he loves football. And if you look at Arthur likes promoting the youngsters. Your Vilagazi and two Vilagazi, those are Arthur's product. Well, what's your take about that, Tabiki? Do you think Kaizer Chiefs will live to regret this decision?
Brasobri, Kaizer Chiefs don't regret to leave any decision. I always say, they learn a lot from Chipampengesi. Arthur has gone to Amazulu. I think the atmosphere is different between between Kaizer Chiefs and Amazulu. The pressure that you get from Kaizer Chiefs, you're looking at Kaizer Chiefs, Sundowns, and Pirates. You need to have nerves of steel and a heart of a lion to coach those three teams. There's no pressure at Amazulu, and Arthur is enjoying himself because management doesn't give him pressure. I don't think there's any expectations except, you qualify for top 8 to avoid the relegation. If you are lucky, you can hit one trophy here and there. I think that's the mandate. That could be the mandate. Chiefs and Pirates wants to go clean sweep. I mean, at the moment, Pirates is sitting on top of the league. They've won the MTN 8. They are playing the final today. So, the mandate is clear. We need silverware. Chiefs have built a reputation.
This makes you smile, isn't it?
Yeah.
This picture makes you smile.
I know that, yeah.
Yeah, I know that's
I love what I see.
Yeah, I know. I think it makes you smile, this picture.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now let's move on to the finals.
Yeah,
it's a sold-out affair today. Pirates versus Marumo. I don't want to crack my head. I don't think Marumo will stop Pirates. That's my feeling. I don't know, Pete, what's your take?
Yeah, I agree. I think if I was the guy that was etching the trophy, and I might live to regret this, I think I would already be writing Orlando Pirates on the 2026. But they are the favourites to win. If you look at the strong record at the moment, they've had 15 in the last. They've won 15 out of the last 17 matches. If you look at Gallants, they do have a strong defensive record. So I think that might be the one thing that Pirates were going to have to overcome. That it's not going to be easy, I don't think. Yeah. So yeah, I think for me personally, I think it's going to be a Pirates win. That's
I got a shock.
I think there's going to be too strong.
Yeah, I got a shock of my life today. I mean, yesterday, to hear that Jomo, the majority of players for Skukune are from him. I said, this guy is still a phenomenon in the South African football. He's still producing players at high level. Now, remember, it's not only players and coaches. So that shows that, no, he's still a phenomenon. And I'm happy, like I said, I always see Pito doing exactly that with his academy. Now, let's look at the final, Tabiki. Pirates are playing Marumo. How do you see this final? How do you see how things are going to pan out?
But I need to be honest. This game is not going into extra time. This game is not going into penalties. You look at Marumo, how they win some of the games. For them to be in the final, they had to go through penalties. And for Pirates to be in the final, you didn't have to go the same route. And at the moment, like Bill have said, that they've won 15 out of the 17 games. They are currently unstoppable. It's not going to be an easy game for them. Underdogs have the tendency of, rising to the occasion and, causing major upsets. I know Baroka once beat Pirates in the Telkom Cup final. So these things do happen in football. But at the moment, my money is on Pirates. And, the game will be close on regulation time. So for me, I'll give it 2-0 to Pirates.
2-0 to Pirates.
I agree.
What about the fact that Maswanganya won't be playing? He pick up the yellow cards, so which automatically suspends him. Do you think it will have an effect?
Look, Rasobri, there's one terminology that is used by Coach Wadu. And I haven't heard that anywhere in the world, where he says my players are not substitutes, but they are impact players. So he doesn't have substitutes. He has impact players. So, in the absence of Maswangai, Pirates will always perform. The quality, there's depth, in the bench, and even those who are not on the bench sitting in the grandstand watching from there, if you can pull them from the grandstand, they will change the game. So the absence won't make any difference. There's a whole lot of impact players at Pirates.
Yeah. So I think this also rests the debate of number 10. Do you know that Jomo has never had a cut, yellow card or red card?
Wow.
Entire career. All right. I'm saying this because I don't know whether our players they understand that when they pick up silly yellow cards and all that, they have an impact, not only on the team, also on them as players. I don't know. Because now, this is the final. I think he wanted to play here. This is a big stage. All right. And then we have picked up a yellow card. You understand? So some of this thing, it's emotional management, emotional intelligence, don't retaliate. You know, sometimes a player get a yellow card just because the ball was out, then he throw it far. Why do you have to do that? You understand?
Yeah.
So that's one thing that I wanted to share. And for me, Orlando Pirates, you know, like you say, Odu is a very good coach. He used the wing largely, if you look at Pirates. And then when they get the ball, he does not play 1-2-1-2, the tiki-taka thing. The ball goes forward, and he depends on people like Moremi running up front, Otto also running up front, and then at some point, the Opolis will drop in to collect the ball. Okay, so that is the kind. He puts pressure. He puts pressure, and that is why they give Mamelodi Sundowns half time. Because most of the teams, when they play Mamelodi Sundowns, they sit back. And then with Odo, no, he just go up. And Mamelodi Sundowns becomes uncomfortable when you do that to them. I don't know. Am I correct, Pete?
100%. Very much the same as if I take you back to the EPL again, Man City there. You put Man City under pressure.
Hello, I don't know what happened. I think we got
him.
Yeah, I think we got stuck. I think it's a network.
Me, Saubrey.
Did
you get me there?
Now I can hear you now. Say it again. You were cut a little bit.
Yeah, I was making the comparison in the Premier League there between Man City and yeah, you put City under pressure, you can beat them. I think it's the same with Sundowns. That's the reality. And you know, if you don't have the ball, you can't score, right? So if you let Sundowns come at you, then they've got possession. You can't score. You're just on the back foot all the time defending. So yeah, I agree with you.
What's the take about this pick? Will Arsenal hold it?
Well, I watched the game Arsenal-Chelsea. I watched the Arsenal-Chelsea game a couple of games ago. And Chelsea were dominant basically for large parts of the game there. But again, Arsenal carved out a goal. I think for me in that team there, and I'm looking forward to the World Cup, you know, Rice is playing magnificently.
Right, yeah.
I don't think we in second spot have got it just yet, unless something turns around. We're leaking goals incredibly. I mean, like I said, the last game, Fulham, we were 5-1 up, and you know, we won just about 5-4. And the previous game, we drew 2-2 when we were 2-0 up. So yeah, we've got to plug that defense. But I think City's problem is not so much the defense, more a midfield related issue there. We haven't got that strong midfield that Rodri brings to the table there. But there's an interesting thing I saw. They were saying that the Premier League, if you look at the Premier League this year, they're saying that the Premier League is not as good as previous season. If you look at the table there and you look at the points difference between top and right down to about 14th position, you know, any one of those teams can go there. So I think I might even have that article still open there where they were saying, for example, yeah, it says here, it says Liverpool's last season, they were earning 2.21 points per game. This season, the 1.57. Arsenal, 1.95 points per game. This season, the 2.36. So for them, it's turned around a little bit. Yeah. Man City last season, as we know, we didn't really have a good season. We had a good finish. 1.87 goals per game. Now it's 2.
Mm.
Chelsea 2. Now
Mhm.
it's 1.71. It was
Mm.
pretty close, yeah.
Mm.
And so it goes.
Mm.
So if you look at the league positions and the you know, the points difference between let's say from 3rd down to say 15, 16, there's not much in it.
Mm.
So
Mm.
what it's telling me is that those middle teams that you wouldn't really consider to be in the top 6, say for example,
Mm.
are getting points.
Yeah, as you know that we are a financial company, and then most largely we are more of education than any other thing. We educate, so there are many things that we use to educate. It's about the mentorship that we have, which is very simple. We educate you via Zoom. You don't have to come to us, and then share knowledge and so on. Because you know what is nice about business? You can copy. It's like unlike school. School, you're not allowed to copy. If you copy, you're being punished. In business, you copy, then you succeed. That's all. There's nothing wrong, you know, and that's it. So one part of those arrangements is the books that we wrote to help you understand financial matters. Here is one by Dr. Darlene Small, The Wealth Game: How to Win in the Wealth Game, The Art of Money. You can get this copy for yourself and learn what's happening. The other one is this one: How to Get Out of Bad Debts, Use Other People's Money and Resources to Get Rich. And then so that, you know, you understand how the rich make their money, because they make their money using debt. So you need to understand how can you use debt to make money. The other one is by Nom Bugo, Entrepreneur Awakening with a Drive. And then the last time I checked with her, she wasn't well at all. I hope she has recovered. And then the other one is this one. This is my first title, Secrets for Becoming Rich, the first edition and the second edition. And then you can decide which one do you want. And then, yeah, and then the other one is this one, which is called How I Turned 500 Rand into a Million Rand Business. This one, the good thing about it, you can also get it as a digital on Amazon. If you want it to download it on your phone, you can get it on the phone. So it's all about empowerment, empowerment, empowerment at all times. Yeah, so that is why we're talking about TLB. They'll be getting a lot of monies and so on. It's not about the money only. It's money, and also it's about how do they conduct themselves. Once you have a lot, especially from an environment where you are not used to have a lot, so you'll end up saying, you know what, let me spoil myself, and sometimes you spoil yourself in the wrong way. So yeah, you need to learn from others. How do they do it? And then how can you make it happen? Now, Pete, the big one.
Yes, sir.
Tonight, MLS. MLS is Lionel Messi versus Gerd Muller. I don't know whether you're aware that these two, they've played 10 times against each other, including the World Cup. And then guess what? In the 10 occasion, Muller has won 7 times against Messi. So Muller has been talking a lot. I don't know whether it was excitement or I don't know. And then he has been saying, you know what, I can't wait to go and face Messi. It's a dream come true. But I think if you look at it, how can I put it? From a business perspective, you know very well that if you face Messi, the whole world is going to watch. You know, that's a plus factor. So you want to prove a point that, you know what, and in that 10 wins, 7 wins, Muller has done about 12. No, it's not Muller. There is a player, Ryan Goat for Vancouver, who has contributed more than how many? 27. goals and contribution and assist. 12 goals and 15 assists. So they are playing Vancouver today. So Pete, I'm sure you've done a bit of research around this game. What are the strong points? What's happening there? Who's gonna do what, and so on. What can you tell us? What have you got?
Well, you're correct that it's Inter Miami versus Vancouver Whitecaps, I think they call them, yeah. It's at 9:30 tonight, if anybody's interested there, and it's being played at the Chase Stadium, Fort Lauderdale, which is in Florida. Now, Miami is in Florida, so strictly speaking, Miami have got the home advantage there. And Vancouver, they're actually from Canada, so they're a little bit, out of their home territory, as one would say there, So we will see how that pans out. So if you look at the predictions, I looked at the predictions. They're giving Inter Miami a 53.4% chance of winning versus a 24.3% for Vancouver. And then obviously any difference there would be taking it to a draw there, yeah. And maybe extra time. I'm not sure how it works there in terms of extra time. Presumably the same as they would play like we all play, extra time and then penalties probably. But yeah, if you look at the soccer form over the last 6 games that were played, they lost 1 and won 5. The Vancouver Whitecaps also won 4. Won 5 and lost 1. So they're obviously got similar form. And they've got a solid defense apparently, the Whitecaps, the Vancouver Whitecaps. And they don't seem to be respectful of opposition when it comes to respect. So in terms of on the field, they're not respectful, but they play their game and they don't fear anybody there. So presumably it's going to be a very interesting game, I think, tonight. And the pundits are saying it's going to be 3-1. But you being a Messi fan, I presume that extra 2 goals is going to come from Lionel Messi. Huh?
Well, we'll see, to be honest. Let's look at football objectively. All right. As much as I'm a Lionel Messi fan, the weaknesses from Inter Miami, they're a bit slow. You have Busquets, very solid midfielder, but he's very slow. Now, when you have a team like Vancouver, with this guy who has contributed 27 goal contribution, Ryan, and the guy is so quick, like a lightning. Now, that's what worries me about Inter Miami. And then Jody Alba spent 70% on the opponent's half. And in most cases, he leaves about 40% of the yard behind. And Vancouver, they like countering with the speed that they possess. And in the middle of the park, you have people like Busquets, who's a genius, but very slow. That could be a worrying factor. And remember, they've already played. Vancouver has beaten Inter Miami, if I'm not mistaken, twice. And with a very safe strategy. Because what they know very well. Inter Miami, look, like you said, the pundits are saying Inter Miami will win. The pressure is on Inter Miami. So now, I don't know what will be the tactic. Will be Inter Miami will sit back, or will they attack? Now, if they sit back, they don't attack. And if Vancouver attack them, and they score 1 before Inter Miami, that's where I see problems.
Yeah.
And then
best form of defense.
Yeah.
Best form of defense is attack. You don't sit back. Yeah.
Vancouver are very good in putting 10 men behind. And having done that, you've got players like Suarez who can show their frustration easily. Do you understand? As I always say, it's all about the mind game. And then Vancouver will come and play dirty. All right? So those are some of the things that are worrying. And then because one of the things that I mentioned, Inter Miami struggles when they play with a speedy team in transition. All right, so that's my worry. The winning factor for them, they have Messi, who's got this strong mentality. So that is a plus factor for them. I don't know. That's how I see it. So this one is anybody's game. And I think Messi also has put himself under tremendous pressure. He wants to win this. If there's any cup that he wants to win for Inter Miami's MLS Cup. I don't know.
Well, neither one of them have played in the final of the MLS Cup before, apparently. So this will be a first for both teams, you know, in this final. So they'll both want to start, you know, adding the record to their team as opposed to the others. So yeah, maybe it's not a 3-1 sort of game. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. But you know, there's a home advantage there. There's a home advantage for Inter Miami. We all know possibly the partisan crowd will get behind them as well. So maybe that's you know what do they call the 12th player, the supporters?
Yeah, the 12th player.
Yeah.
Now,
so we'll have to see how that.
Here's another positive thing. Today, Messi will be handed MVP before the game. That on its own will play a major role in their minds. And, you know, this is an excellent thing because Messi will be getting the award today. And this will be the first player to get back on back. In fact, he has already got it. Back on back MVP for MLS. That on its own. And already people are talking about Ballon d'Or. That watch the space like Messi will take the Ballon d'Or for 2026.
Wow.
That theory is not far-fetched. If you look at it this way, if he wins this MLS Cup and he wins the Continental Cup against the Mexican opponent next year, and he wins the World Cup, what will stop him to take the Ballon d'Or? What arguments are you going to put for other candidates? I don't know whether you have seen in terms of, I'll share with you the goal scorer for the season, for what you call, for
MLS.
No, for the entire, for Europe, MLS.
Oh, right, okay.
Messi still leading. Mbappe is now is approaching. He's gonna surpass Ronaldo, top goal scorer in a calendar year. But the 91 goal in a calendar year is going to be difficult to break. So those are some of the things that I'm looking at and say, you know what? It's like Lionel Messi is gonna be a factor. And he wants to prove a point. I don't know. That's me. That's me as I look at it. He wants to prove a point. To say, you know what? I'm still around, guys. I'm not gone yet. Sure. I'm still around. So those are some of the things that I'm looking at. And they play some kind of positive role, you know, to say, you know what? It's not going to be easy. It may look easy. And one of the elements that you should look at, Messi is the only player in the world who has won Ballon d'Or with 3 different teams.
Yeah.
This guy breaks records after records. And the funny side of it, he's not looking at those things. You know, he's just happy to play. But man, this man, what he does is so wondering. Pete, let me say to you and to the viewers, as TBR Solution, we also have a page on Facebook. This is the page, TBR Solution Sports Forum 2. Pete, I would like you to join that team, that group on Facebook. They share the news, as you can see. This is Tabiki is handling that page. He's the one who shared this thing for us. So this is maybe this explains why Sundowns is struggling, because you have one player here, Reyners.
Reyners, yeah.
You know, and then among the top.
They've got.
And you also have
Absolutely.
Sharik Mathis. So this also has and then we've got Golden Arrows on top. We've got Bradley, Skukune, and so on. Yeah. So those are some of the things that we look at. So I don't know what's going to happen tonight, but it's a pressure. I don't know how to handle that pressure.
Interesting.
How do you handle that pressure, whereby you are playing, and then everybody's looking at you? I don't know. How do you handle that?
Yeah. And plus, you know, after this, his eyes will be pointing forward to the World Cup and as to whether you'll be playing in the Argentinian side there. I saw an article where he was saying, well, he's not sure if he's going to play. So, but I'm not sure if that's one of these psychological games. Maybe that Messi's playing there, you know. Or he's just being humble, you know. He's saying, well, maybe I'm not going to be selected if you read between the lines there. But I mean, so obviously in this game, he's going to want to showcase his talents, so that he probably would. And he said something like, well, if I don't get selected, I will definitely go to, you know, to the States to watch the games, etc., etc. But I think it will be his last World Cup. He'll be there. He'll be in the squad.
Do you think Messi will never be selected? He's not selected.
No.
He selected himself.
Yeah, sure. But maybe that's humble.
You try that. You are gone. You know, I've heard something. I don't know whether you saw this one. What's his name? Boateng. Said, I was asked to join Barcelona. Everybody wanted me, the coach, the technical staff, but they said we are waiting for one man to give us a go ahead. They said that's Messi. If Messi says no, he said we are not going anywhere. You'll never go to Barcelona. And then he said that's power. That's power. You know, this guy, I don't know what to say now. This is when he celebrated winning the World Cup. Do you know that at Bangladesh, they've given the university student to write a 150 words assignment on Lionel Messi and Argentina winning the World Cup? This has never happened before. It's the impact that this guy has on football. And whenever they ask him, he always so humble. And now, the other thing that I want to share with you, Pete. Look, having left, this is Inter Miami. Look how many titles he has won. 9. This is crazy. I don't know whether you get my point. This is absolutely crazy. Whereas Ronaldo is still struggling to get a title at El Nasser. This man has already received 9. And Ronaldo goes out there and says, what is World Cup? 7 games. You know, it's not so important. And Messi said, World Cup is the most important tournament for every player, and it's the most difficult tournament. That's the contrast between the two. How do they conduct themselves? So these are some of the things that really show you that this guy, this is when they celebrated the Eastern Cup conference. Now, MLS, I do understand that there's Eastern and Conference and Western Conference. After that, they play the CONCACAF, which is like our CAF or Champions League.
Exactly, yeah.
This is how I understand it. Because you are trying to
100%.
How do they they go about it because their football is a little bit different from us. And then I don't know whether you saw that Donald Trump has been given an award.
I saw that. Yeah, Peace Award, wasn't it? Something.
FIFA.
FIFA Peace Award, I think it was.
FIFA Peace Award. Well, I don't know how did they came to that country because there's no peace yet
Not yet.
in Ukraine. I know they've done a deal in DRC. I don't know. Well, but FIFA now it shows that there's no football without politics. Everything is just
Unfortunately.
it's just and Trump is happy to see World Cup coming to American shores. So we all know about that, and then he has been saying it. And then I don't know whether he said they've already done a sold out. He said,
I can imagine.
Yeah, this one is the biggest tournament that has ever done so well. So that's a good thing. Now, Pete, World Cup draw. It has come.
Yes,
World Cup draw. It has come, and then the mood is already there. People are looking forward to that one, and then we'll see what's going to happen. And then we are in Group A.
Along with Mexico and South Korea at the moment, but there's another team to slot in there. It's the winner of playoff D, whatever that may be at this stage. I'm not sure. And then if you look at the
let's look at the group.
teams,
let's look at the groups.
So groups.
There you are.
Well, you got them.
Yeah,
you got them.
Which one? Which one were? Okay.
Can you make it a little bit bigger then?
Yeah. No, it was not responding. Which one do you want?
Oh, there we go.
Group D.
No. Well, I was just looking generally here, and I was just going to say, we've got Morocco. If you look at the African continent there, we've got Cote d'Ivoire in Group E. We have Tunisia in Group F. We have Egypt in Group G. Cape Verde in Group H. Senegal in Group I. Algeria in Group J. And we're not sure who's playing in Group K there. I'm not sure that winner playoff. Another interesting one, obviously, is England's group there. Yeah, England, Croatia,
Which group is that?
Group L.
Group
L.
Group
the last one.
This one, yeah.
Bottom right. Yeah, okay. And then obviously their opening game is against Croatia. And we've got Ghana represented in that group with England, and Croatia and Panama. Interesting draw that. I think, look, without undermining any team there, I think the biggest threat there in Group L is going to be Croatia from our perspective. If we go back to South Africa there, I think the Korean Republic is not going to be an easy pushover either, I wouldn't think. But I'm hopeful for the opening game there, where South Africa will play Mexico.
That's a big
and it's a turnaround from the 2010 World Cup when we played Mexico then, and it was a 1-1 draw there. So hopefully we're gonna roll them a little bit there in that opening game there. I think it's important to get off to a good start there, considering that, as I say, South Korea are going to give us I think a good game. And then if you look at those the potentials that come through there, there's the Czech Republic, Ireland.
The group stage again. You want me to share that one?
The playoff. What's that up? Yeah. No. Go back to Group A, what you were showing there.
Okay.
If you look who's potentially going to join that group there, it's between Denmark. I'm not sure MKD is there. Let me just check my notes there. It's going to be
Czech Republic.
It's between. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that other team is
MKD. MKD.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure that is there, but potentially who's going to come through there? It's very tight, I think, between Denmark. Remember, Scotland beat Denmark to qualify. and they beat them 4-1, so it was a good result there. So the Danish side's maybe not as strong as it could be. Czech Republic's also a good side, and Ireland are also a good side there. Yeah. So it's a tough group. It's actually a very tough group if we're actually going to be honest with ourselves here. We're going to have to play on top of our game to come through that. But that opening game, without, like I say, undermining Mexico's talent there, this is the one that I think we've got to win. We've got to open and start on a positive note, and then we can maybe 4 points sometimes is enough to go through. So we don't want to be leaving it to chance if we to pick up points on those remaining games there. But yes, I'm looking forward to it. Starts in June 2026, just after the Premier League finishes in May, I think it is. Yeah, I think Premier League finishes in May. The FA Cup final.
So repeat the good news on the positive note. England qualifies for World Cups, which is good because it's difficult to qualify for World Cup. People may not see that, but England continues to qualify World Cup after World Cup. Yes, they struggle to win it, but to qualify, it's a big thing. At one stage, Italy never qualified. Italy.
Well, even now, Italy haven't qualified yet. They're in the playoff groups for
three-time world champion. Italy. Yeah, three-time world
It just shows
champion. Now it shows how difficult it is. So never underestimate
Correct.
this. To say the mere fact that you guys qualify, irrespective of sometimes you struggle, but the fact you qualify, for me, that's what matters most. Bafana, positive. Okay, you saying, Pete?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
England came through that group without losing a game,
which is good.
They won every game.
Which is a very positive thing.
It's a good side. It's a good side, the England side. I back them for at least quarterfinal, semi-final spot there. Considering the group that they're in, considering the group that England are in, I'll just have a quick look there. They are in with Croatia.
Let me share.
No, I've got it. It's England, Croatia, Ghana, and Panama. So I think Panama might be the whipping boys in that group there. Croatia is going to be very tough, and Ghana I think might give us a game. I mean, Ghana showed up in the World Cup. Do you remember Ghana in the 2010 World Cup? They played. They wore the African shirt well there for us in the 2010 World Cup. Okay, you were saying there, Saubrey?
No,
yeah,
I'm
so
saying,
it's yeah.
I was saying, say it, Pete, before I come in.
It's going to be an interesting World Cup. There's some really good teams there. As I said, there's still some of even through the playoffs. There's some good teams going to come through.
I wanted to say people might not realize that the game of Bafana and Mexico, it's a very big one. We're talking about TLB now. We've just gone to America. The focal point is now on MLS. This tournament is going to boost MLS big time. And
I think so.
The whole world will be watching at this World Cup. Those boys that are playing there, the majority of them are local boys. They will be showcasing their talent to the whole world because normally people watch the opening game. All right?
Oh, yeah. Everybody watches the opening game.
Yeah, opening game and the closing game. This is a very good stage. And I want to say big up to Hugo Bros. You may criticize him the way you want it. And what I like about him, the guy, he has, for the AFCON, he brought 2 young stars to the AFCON. This is what I like about this guy. He always brings new blood. Now remember, people were complaining when he never selected Mayo. Look at Mayo. He's now even a doubt at Pirates now. So sometimes you are quick to judge and say, why the coach does this? Remember, he's one coach, so many players. but a decision has to be made. I really like this guy. I think he's doing a great job. That's my opinion. So good luck. Pete, thank you so much. Very difficult.
Before we go, Saubrey,
Yeah.
I think we have to talk about the AFCON draw as well.
Okay.
So we South Africa are in Group B there, along with Angola, Egypt, and Zimbabwe. We play our first game on December 22nd, South Africa versus Angola. The kickoff's at 7:30 in Marrakesh. So let's not forget that the AFCON is upon us, and we're going to enjoy that football in the meantime as well.
It's a very big tournament. It's a very big tournament. AFCON is a very big tournament. Don't underestimate it. It's one of those tournaments. Remember, I'm told now is the third biggest. I heard Lucas Carter saying that. It's the third biggest tournament after World Cup in the world. Not so it's a very big one. And then some of us, we became aware of Nigerian players, Angolan players through the AFCON. So it's a very, remember there are many scouts that are going there to go and watch. So it's not a Mickey Mouse, it's a very huge tournament. Pete, thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate it. It takes effort and energy to wake up and do the show in the morning. And then I hope you guys will appreciate what we have done. We are trying our best. Keep on subscribing and like and comment. Very important. And then tell us where are we doing good, where we are not doing good. So it's one of those games. It's in the game. It's in the game. It's in the name of the game.
A beautiful game.
Yeah, the beautiful game. Just bid them the farewell.
Yes, viewers, once again, thank you for your support. And we look forward to having a good weekend of sport. Hopefully Man City will do something a little bit this weekend. We'll see what happens. Have a great weekend, guys.
Thank you. Thabinho had not to come. He had a problem. And Thabinho, he had technical problem, then we lost him. So thank you so much. But thanks for all of you guys for participating. Much appreciated. Bye-bye.